Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. As you can see in the title, in today's video I'm going to be giving you my list of the best and worst horror movies of 2021. So this is going to be a list based on my opinion and all the reviews that I did all year long. If you miss any, or if you're interested after watching this video to watch any of my other reviews, in the description box down below I'm going to be giving you the link so you can have all the spoiler free ones and with spoilers, because I like to give you guys the options, so just in case. So basically, I was surprised by this ranking because I have a letterbox profile. Just in case, you can follow me there. You're going to find my spoiler-free reviews and my rankings, and maybe a little bit non-horror things that I watch too. But I was surprised because, of course, I didn't watch, and this is a disclaimer, I didn't watch all the horror movies that came out this year, sadly, but I watched them, most of them. So, of course, a few of them are going to be missing on the list because I'm only going to be talking about the ones that I review and I watch. So, since they were so many, some of them I forgot which was my rating or my review. So by the time that I had to like sit down and write the list and the order, I was like, really, this was for me the worst. Well, the worst one, I knew it the whole time. I just knew it. The best ones, I had some mix and matches and some changes throughout the year, but in general it's pretty solid. I am happy how the way it turned out. I mean, I am not complaining at all, because I mean, it was me at the end, it was my opinion. Of course, I did a check, and something that I'm going to be talking at the end, it's how closer I got to the actual ratings of the movies. So we're going to see which one is, in my opinion, the best one, and which one is the best one according to the ratings in Rotten Tomatoes. And also a bonus are going to be the TV series that are going to be also at the end, since they're all five. And of course, I did a review, so those also, so of course they're going to be on the description box down below too. So giving a little talk here and everything, let's get into the video. Now we're going to start from the worst one to the best ones. And we're going to talk a little bit about the ones that are on the middle and the ratings in general. So this is going to be, I'm not going into details of every single movie since there are a lot, and this is probably going to be a long video. If I talk fast, maybe not, but I talk fast naturally, not because I feel rushed. It's just something that comes out. I like to talk fast. I don't know why. But still, this is going to be a long video, so of course I don't want to bore you. So going into deep of the movie is not gonna happen here, because that already happened of all my reviews. So like I said, if you're interested in watching a movie that I mentioned here, at the end you can go and watch my reviews to see if you're going to be interested in watching it or not. So here we have on my top fives of the worst horror movies. Now, in my opinion, the top five worst horror movies of this year, well, are The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I gave it 2 stars. There's Something Inside Your House. I gave it 2. Slumber Party Massacre. I gave it 2. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. I also gave it 2. And for me, the worst one of all, Escape Room 2, Tournament of Champions. I gave this one half a star. It didn't even deserve a 1. Now, the other ones, I think that they were okay, but they weren't the best ones out there, definitely. Still, Resident Evil, I did in the video, I said basically, if you're a fan, probably you're going to hate it, but maybe you're going to give it a chance since it's kind of a reboot of the franchise. The Conjuring 3, I think that the fact that James Wan wasn't really involved in the movie really made the difference. I think that he, if they're going to make this one, he should at least been as the director. I think that he can do a pretty good job. I like him as a director, so I think that being him out of this was the major difference. Now there's someone inside your house. That one I prefer the book. I mean, it's a little bit better. I don't know what happened here. And Slumber Party Massacre, seriously, that was a mess. Seriously, I wasn't what I was expecting, but seriously, it was a mess. But now, when it comes to Escape Room, I have never wanted to leave a movie theater as much as when I was watching this one. And I hated that because I really liked the first one. And the first one is actually good. So I don't really get what happened here. I kind of guess that they wanted to make it bigger because it happens with sequels. It's not so many, there's not many sequels that they can be equally as good or even better than the first one, but in this case, it was bad. I get that they kind of focus more on the traps and everything rather than on the plot and the character development. And it has a plot twist at the end, kind of leading that maybe could be a third one, but seriously, they shouldn't. And also the plot twist middle on the movie, it's nonsense. Like seriously, it's not predictable, but seriously, it's nonsense. So for me, this one was a huge disappointment because, like I said, if you like the first one, second is bad. It's like, really, why? Now moving on to the ones that are staying also on 2.5 stars, maybe leading up to 3, are going to be The Photo Report, Malignant, Paranormal Activity, Next of Kim, Run Turn, and Army of the Dead. Now, the Fruit Purge, I thought that was pretty okay. It fit with the franchise, and I think that was a pretty good ending for the franchise. So, there's nothing more for me to say. I just I hope that they don't do another one since I think that it fits the ending. It's not excellent, but it wasn't so bad. Now, Malignant. This one created such a huge debate. I never expected that to happen. Now I give it this one 2.5 stars. Why? Well, when I first saw the trailer and I saw that was James Wan, I was excited. I don't even know what I was expecting. The reality, I don't even know. But the thing is, I wasn't expecting any of that. If you watch it, you know. I remember I woke up at 3 in the morning to watch it so that I could do the review and then leave to work. And I remember I almost fell asleep half of the movie because for me, the first, like the beginning was okay, but when everything, I don't know, it was a mess. Because I wouldn't say that it was 100% predictable, but it was a little bit ridiculous. I know there's people that loved it because it was campy horror and so ridiculous that would make it so good. I don't know. For me, it wasn't it. If you like it, that's good for you. But for me, it wasn't the horror movie for me. Now, when it comes to the other ones, Paranormal Activity Next of Cam, that was an unnecessary sequel. Run Turn, I stand by my case. This one should have been a standalone movie rather than trying to make a reboot of the franchise because I mean, it missed some important elements of the franchise, and definitely, I think it was way too long. I spent the whole movie like, what the hell is this? Why? Like, seriously, I only watched it once. I don't have the strength to watch it again because seriously, I love the Run Run franchise. So watching this was like, why? And Army of the Dead, I wasn't a fan. Like I thought that the movie was excessively long. I only watched it once too because I didn't felt like I wanted to rewatch it, but it was okay. It was Netflix, so we all kind of know that Netflix, at least when it comes to movies, they don't precisely do good horror, but when it comes to series, that's another whole story. Well, moving on, we the category of 3 stars. We have Werewolf Within, we have Old, Dumbers 2, VHS 94, Antlers, we have Last Night in Soho, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Spiral from the Book of Saw. This whole bunch of movies, I think that they were pretty decent. They weren't the best ones out there, but they weren't the worst. I think that they are on the happy medium of it. You can either love them or hate them. In my case, I didn't precisely love them, but I didn't hate them. And I thought that they were pretty okay. So I will recommend them, each one of these ones. I think that people even forgot that Godzilla vs. Kong came out. That was a huge debate also of who was going to win. I really like it. The reality is that I thought it was pretty good. And others, like for example, VHS 94, that was a really good comeback of the franchise. Is on Shutter. It's a Shutter original. Was a really good one. Antlers, on the other side, I remember that I was expecting so much of that movie, but it's not like it didn't hit my expectations, but I was expecting a little bit more. But still, I think that was good enough for you to give it a watch. And now, moving on, actually, I think I'm going as faster as I thought I was going. Now, on the ones that are on the 4 stars and maybe a half, we have Ghostbusters Afterlife. such a good one. A Quiet Place 2 and Halloween Kills. For me, these three solid good ones, you should watch them. I know that there's people that didn't like Halloween Kills. In my personal opinion, it was the sequel that we deserve. I loved every single second of it. I loved it. I can't wait for Halloween Ends. A Quiet Place 2, that movie was amazing. I have never seen a sequel to be such on the same level as the first one. I mean, was amazing from the beginning to the end. Everything, the ending. Oh my god. Can't wait for the third part. In case I didn't know, of course, another one is coming. And Ghostbusters Afterlife. What can I tell you? I cried on the movie. I mean, it's a really good homage to the originals. It's fun but fresh. It's everything we could have ever expected or wanted. So this one definitely it's the one, like I said on my review. If you have kids and you're a fan of the franchise, this is the movie that you can start them, and if they like them, then put them on the originals. Or maybe it's a family night. Seriously, it's really family friendly, but has all the elements of the original, so it's really good. It has the essence, and that's really important for me. It's the same as Halloween Kills. For me, when it came to Halloween of 2018 and Halloween Kills, something that I really like it is that had the essence of the originals and the franchise in general. So for me, that means a lot, especially the flashback scenes in Halloween Kills. They felt like they were part of the 1978 movie, and also the fact that they used some actual scenes of it. Now, I know that there's people that were kind of mad about the metaphor part. If you watch it, probably you remember like basically the ending. So sorry, this is a spoiler, but basically Michael ending on the window and all the metaphor around that window. Some people were mad about it. I mean, I think that was good. I mean, you're adding something. Of course, maybe it can be a little bit of nonsense to some people, but I think that for me, it didn't bother me, the reality. And the killings, they were amazing. I mean, that man finally left the knife and started being creative. I loved it. Seriously, for me, it was really creative. A lot of blood. I mean, Halloween Kills is definitely the most violent one, something that Michael is not used to do. I mean, he's a pretty, well, not calm, but he's not Jason and Freddy or even Leatherface. So, of course, he didn't even have that much kills on the first one. I mean, he only killed 5 people, but still, in this one, the body count it's really really high. I didn't count it, but I'm pretty sure that someone did. Maybe I mentioned it on my review video. I don't know. If you check that, probably you're going to see it because I don't really remember. But I know that someone did. And now for my top 5 horror movies. These ones all are from 4 stars and a half to 5. And I'm kind of scared. I don't know if this is something that people maybe will agree on, but in my opinion, the best 5 horror movies of 2021 are Till Death, Candyman, the Fear Street trilogy, The Boy Behind the Door, and The Night House. Solid 5. You should watch them. I know that there's people that thought that Fear Street was maybe on the overrated side, that they weren't that good. It's teen horror. That's the first thing that you should know. If that is not your thing, you're not going to like them. In my case, I am young. I'm 20. Well, I am not a teenager. That's true. I am 21, but I am 22. I am 22. I am not 21. Still, I am not a teen, but I am young, so I can dig it, and I really, really, really enjoy Fear Street. I love them all 3. The Boy Behind the Door is a Shutter original, such a good one. I watched it because a subscriber left it on my comments on one of my videos saying that I should watch it and give it a review. I don't know who that person was, and if you know that you were you and you're watching this video, thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because seriously, such a good one. I don't regret it at all. It's a really good one. You should watch it. The Night House. Rebecca Hall did an amazing job in this movie. Was amazing, seriously. If just watching the trailer, it would give you enough motivation to watch it. Seriously, it's a movie. It's psychological horror. I mean, it's good. I won't tell you anything else because you should watch it. That's all that you need to know. Now, Candyman. I know that there's people that were complaining about the racism things and political side of the movie, but I don't know if you're complaining about that. Probably you have never watched the original because that's the whole thing behind the urban legend of Candyman and all the story. So I don't really see the point of people complaining about that because, like I said, probably that means you never watched the original. For me, this one was a really good comeback. A little bit predictable on who the protagonist was, but the ending had me on the edge of my seat. I almost cry of excitement. It was really, really good. Like seriously, I love it. This one, and for me, the best one, it's also Till Dead. This is from Megan Fox. This is actually available on Netflix. Here, basically, it's a woman that is married to a lawyer, but he's kind of an ass, and he basically suicides and he handcuffs to her before that, and he leaves her in the middle of nowhere on a house. Yeah, what a really bad husband if you ask me. And it's a really cat mouse kind of dynamic, but really good. Something that I really want to say about that is her acting. I know that there's people that doesn't believe that she's a good actress. I believe that she belongs more on the horror side because in this one, she with her body language is giving you all. Like the movie, she there are parts where she doesn't talk for a long period of time, but you don't need to hear her talking besides the fact that she's alone because her body language and her face is giving you all. So I think that she did a pretty good job here. I know, like I said, I know there's people that doesn't like her. I like her in Jennifer's Body and I like it here. I think that she's a really good actress and deserves to be more horror movies because this is her thing. She belongs in horror. I don't know what she's waiting to do more. I love her. Like I said, I love her, and also she as Jennifer Sheck, and no one will ever do Jennifer as good as her. If they ever try to remake that, I'm gonna riot. But well, those ones are my movies. We're now on the bonus round of the series. Now they were five, and in my personal opinion, and this one actually I check, and they are on the same order as the rankings. I didn't make that on purpose. Are, in my opinion, the best one of the year is Chucky. I never expected that series to be as good as it was. That was a masterpiece. Episode after episode was getting even better. Can't wait for season two that is coming. Being optimist, maybe next year, but who knows? With COVID and everything, who knows if they're going to like push back things again? Who knows? Then we have Midnight Mass. This one is on Netflix. It's by the same guy who did The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. I don't know what else I can tell you about it. I mean, it was excellent. It was really shocking. I mean, the plot twist that I had, I never saw it coming. So it's a really good one. Now with 3 stars and on the very middle, it's American Horror Story Season 10 double feature. This season was kind of rocky because it started pretty good. The fifth episode is the best one, and so many people can agree that is one of the best ones that we have seen on the whole series, not just the season. But the ending of the first story was just trash, and the second story was even worse. So for me, it was a starting pretty good, but it doesn't end up good. Ryan Murphy definitely needs to get better on ending stories because basically his way of ending every single season it's killing everybody. And that's not it. That's not the only way of ending a show. Next one is American Horror Stories. A completely waste of time. Seriously, I don't know why the hell they did this. I thought that was going to be good because it was a way of mixing teams and giving more, but sometimes more is not better. Like it wasn't it. Also the fact that they did it dirty to the murder house. No, like seriously, as a fan of the series, I didn't like this. I give it a 1 star. And to for me, my opinion, the worst series of this year, it's I Know What You Did Last Summer. That was awful. Like I forced myself to watch it just to give the review because I cut myself into it. I was like, I'm going to give the review. I already say I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get back on it. But seriously, it was awful. Like I have never watched a series that was so bad in all this time. I don't know if it was the character writing or the acting or a mix of that, but seriously, it was awful. The worst type of persons in the world. I would never want to have friends like those. But well, I wouldn't recommend it just in case I wouldn't. It's an Amazon original. And well, this is all for my ranking. Now, going into the ranking of Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to be giving you only the best and worst ones, not the ones in the middle. Now, according to Rotten Tomatoes, the worst ones of this year were Don't Breathe 2 with 45%, Halloween Kills with 44, Spiral from the Book of Saw 37, Resident Evil with 29, and Paranormal Activity 28. Definitely, I highly disagree with Halloween Kills. Resident Evil, it's on the same spot. Paranormal Activity, yeah, I can dig it. But Don't Breathe and Spiral, I have them way higher. But still, I cannot get why they were considered the worst ones of the year. I mean, but of course, my opinion kind of changed a little bit that. And on the best ones of the year, the best one according to Rotten Tomatoes, it's The Boy Behind the Door with 97. So I'm telling you, it's a really good one. Then Till Death with 93, VHS 94 with 92%, A Quiet Place 2 with 91, and Fear Street Part 3 with 90. This ones I agree with them on VHS. I didn't love it that much to give it such a high rating, but still I think there's one of the best ones of the franchise, so it was a really good one. Quiet Place 2, of course, was amazing. Fear Street Part 3 specifically. It's the one that has the highest rating of all three, but the reality is it was really, really good. Like, seriously, Fear Street in general was amazing, but the third one, in my opinion, I liked the second one a little bit more, but still, the third one was a really good one. And of course, the fact that Till Dead is here says, and I mean, I already told you, but in case, like I said, it's on Netflix, so it's pretty accessible here to everyone because perhaps probably the streaming service that most people have. And well, yeah, this is all because, like I said, the series were on the same order. Well, 2021 was a year of good horror in general. I will not be complaining. Of course, we had years that nothing good was coming, but here we have a little bit of everything, but still I think that we had a really good one. Now the next video that is going to be the last one of this year is going to be basically a quick recap of the horror movies that are coming next year. Of course, on the middle of the year I will be doing another one, since of course there are movies that are either going to be changing the dates. We're going to get the dates. We're going to have trailers by then. We're going to have some new announced. So of course, that list for now is quite short. There's not much information. I am seriously waiting still the Orphan Kill First Kill trailer, because that movie, like I'm saying, that movie is supposed to be coming on January 28th. So it's coming in a month and maybe a little bit more. So where is the trailer? Where's the poster? I need stuff. So I don't know if they're waiting for the year to start or maybe this year to end to give it. I don't know. I have really high expectations for that one. It's the one that I'm expecting the most until now, but still nothing. Other ones that are coming, of course, Scream is one of the first ones that I'm going to be reviewing. After that, I'm going to be doing a ranking of the franchise, since I saw that you guys like it, my Halloween franchise ranking. So of course I'm going to be doing Scream once the fifth one has come out. If you have any other suggestions of videos that you would like to see next year, you can leave them on the comments down below, because of course I'm always open to that. And well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and also happy Christmas Eve. It's amazing how fast the year has come. It has been insane how fast this year went. But well, I can't wait for 2022 and more horror to come. Oh, this is all for the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.